As some of you already know, I purchased a used travel trailer. I know. Why didn't I just build a van for myself, you ask? I don't have the time or the do-re-mi. And besides, 4 years without a camper was too long. I was jonesing real bad. On our maiden voyage, I came up with a few ideas on how to improve this travel trailer for June and me. So let's go inside real quick. We're not set up. I did not prime this place. Let me open up. There we go. So one thing I do, this sofa can flip down so you can drop the bed at night, but it ended up being a great place for the dog beds. They like to be up a little higher rather than off the floor. So we do that. I put a little electric heater in here, supplemental. And when they're plugged in, you want to use the electric as opposed to your own propane. But there were times this weekend that we used both, propane and. Last night, there were 4 of us in here cooking dinner, and it was no problem. There was plenty of counter space. Right, June?
Yes, perfect.
It was perfect. And then while we were watching Humble Road, we had our dinner over here on the dinette. Very comfortable for 4 people. And something that I learned, I always thought I wanted a dinette slide that was flush with the floor. I didn't think I liked the step-up slide until I got one. Now that I have this one, I realize I like the vantage point of sitting up just that much higher in the dinette to look out the window while you're sitting here. So that's very nice. That's something I learned. Right now, this camper is a winner. I love this camper. There are 2 issues. This refrigerator is small, and that will not be a problem for me to replace, but it's pretty tiny. I did bring our Cuisinart toaster oven. This is also an air fryer. This was a perfect spot for it. I wanted to bring it on this trip to test it and make sure it's usable and practical. And it is. It's great to have that oven here, air fryer, toaster, because the unit itself doesn't come with an oven, just the 2-burner propane cooktop. So I will be purchasing a Cuisinart for that spot, and we'll leave it here in the camper. And then the outdoor kitchen, we'll talk about that later. There's a little sensor on the light. When it senses motion, the light goes on. This bathroom is too small. That's the other issue with this camper. The small fridge, which is easily rectified, but the small bathroom, I don't know. I think what might help is if I remove the vanity altogether. Remove the sink, remove the vanity, because another idea I had is to leave this sink here. This could become a bar sink, which is pretty much what it looks like anyway, a bar sink. And then I would put a return down on this end, L-shaped return, and put a nice big sink in that return. Yeah, it'll block things off, but this whole central area is so large. And it's really I'd say it's wasted space. So I think we could afford a little galley return, and I'll replace the countertop so it's all uniform. We'll have a nice big stainless steel sink there. And then this would be a second sink for prep, bar sink. And then when you get done with the shower and you want to get washed up or whatever, rather than using that little sink in there, which I would have to change anyway, you could come right out here and use that sink. I think that's viable. The other thing I could do is I could put some kind of a curtain across here so that if you were working in the bathroom and you wanted to come out and use that sink over there, we could block this off. So that whole back of the camper becomes your dressing room, so to speak. So that's a thought I'm having. We'll see how far that thought goes. But yeah, I think the shower's fine. The shower's fine. I put one of those extender rods at the top so it brings it out further and you have a lot of elbow room. That's not the issue. It's drying yourself. You can't really get out of the shower to dry yourself. There isn't enough room for that. So you have to stand in the shower to get dried off. So I think I might consider that. Get rid of this whole vanity. I can still put up a nice big cabinet across there. But then you do your bathroom sink work over here. And now we got Molly and Penny. What are you doing, Penny? There she goes. Molly just wants to go outside. So that's it for now.